I say, I don't want a model. I don't want a movie star. You don't have to win the lotto. I just want something. Yeah, I just want something new. Pull up. I pull up. Brandon Lamborghini. I gotta put the GX in the background. Alright, let's see. Go and mute that, just have it in the background. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. McDonald's is bad for you. Alright. Alright, about to go ahead and start this video. Alright. Let's go ahead and start.
I'm right.
It's fucking skystriker video, bro.
Skystriker.
Hold on. Oh my god. Wait a minute. I wasted drink all of my. Ah! Hold on. Spilled juice all over my pants. Okay. Okay. Alright, back to it.
Alright guys, Skystriker is one of the best decks in the game.
Man, we starting off with lies already.
Good reason. It's almost impossible to start from going second. Going first, they are the best deck.
Going second, they gonna piss me off, bro. I will admit, Skystriker going second. I would argue Skystriker and Speedroids going second is actually pretty nasty. Not gonna lie, I can admit to that.
The game and drawing the out. Literally drawing their whole deck until they can find the card that completely stalks you in your track, so that they can essentially survive and play out their second game plan against you as their follower. This deck's got so many ways to break boards, and absolutely nothing this deck does is linear. You gotta make new decisions every game based on the situation, finding the sequence that guarantees you victory, and that makes this deck really great for making you a better player, because every deck has sequencing in their decision making, and if you can master Skystriker, you can master anything. This deck's focused all around Ray and Rose, the main characters of the world, but we didn't come here for lore, we came here for gameplay. The first thing you need to know about Skystriker is that it's primarily just a Swiss Army knife of spell cards you throw at your opponent in the right order to break their board and attack the game. They've all got a standard spell effect, but also get to have a bonus effect if you've got 3 spell cards engraved. The idea is that once you've used enough spells, you start getting more bang for your buck. Your early investment eventually translates into a whole bunch of value. But you can't activate any of it while you have any monsters in your main monster zone. That means you can only control a monster in your extra monster zone if you want to activate these. Afterburners will destroy a face-up monster.
When I tell you Skystriker, when I tell you Skystriker maneuver Afterburners pisses me off so bad. It will rage bait me. This deck rage baits me so bad. I hate this card. Oh my god, I hate Afterburners.
And jamming waves will destroy.
This card too.
A face-down back row. Both of these effects target, so you might think this deck would have issues with target protection, but you have 3 spells engraved, and Afterburners will also non-target destroy any back row face-up or face-down. Jamming waves will non-target destroy any monster face-up or face-down. So if your opponent has a non-targetable monster, you won't be able to use Afterburners to get rid of it, but you could use jamming waves to destroy one of their face-down back row, then non-target destroy their non-targetable monster. Or if your opponent has a face-up back row, you can't destroy it with jamming waves because it only targets face down. But you could use Afterburners to destroy a monster, then destroy their back row with a secondary effect. Since these secondary effects don't specify face up or face down like their first effects do, Widow Anchor will negate a monster in the field, and Shock Cannon will banish a monster from grave. They're a quick play so they can be used as both board breaking and interruption. But if you've got 3 spells in the grave, then Widow Anchor will take control of the monster, and Shock Cannon will summon that monster from grave to your field. You can use both of these together to get 2 bodies in your field for link zones, but you have to remember that you can't use Skystriker spells if you have a monster in the main monster zone. So to get around this, you can chain one of these to the other or to another Pokemon. So in order to get rid of this body, Evil Booster can make your monster unaffected by card effect, and if you have 3 or more spells engraved, it also makes it indestructible by battle. One play this deck can go for is summoning a Disco in the extra monster zone in defense mode, making sure you have 3 spells engraved, and setting Evil Booster to your field. On the opponent's turn, you activate Dweller to turn off the opponent's grave.
Using Dweller is so nasty. Dweller is some nasty work. Oh my god.
You can use Evil Booster to protect it from card effects, since it'll be indestructible by battle 2, it'll mean that they can't kill it at all without a Kaiju or God, which may be really hard for them to pull off if their grave is turned off. That'll mean you can Dweller them again on your turn to make it harder for them to survive too. Scissors Cross can add a level 4 Skystriker back from grave to hand, but if you've got 3 or more spell cards in grave, then you can choose to special summon instead. And both of those effects can be really good for extension. You see why when I get...
I'll say this. One thing about Skystriker, even though I hate Skystriker with a passion, Skystriker has some of the coldest artwork. It has some of the most anime-esque artwork I've seen outside of like Branded Despia. I gotta give it the artwork is doing its thing. Can't lie.
Get to some of the plays you can make in certain situations. Engage let's see Skystriker, both the spells and the monsters, but if you have 3 more spells engraved, you also get to draw a card. None of these cards are once per turn, especially not engaged. You get not only get multiple searches in a turn with engage, but also multiple draws. This deck's actually really insane going second, as you can begin to see with all of our spells able to mess up the opponent in some way. But going first, we rely a bit too much on the interruptive quick play. Those often just aren't good enough. But the fact that you can use engage to draw cards, this deck has a lot of ways to turn out even more draws too. Means that you can play an unsearchable win button cards in your deck, knowing that there's also a high likelihood that your draw engine is going to be able to help you draw into it. These win buttons are going to depend on the format, of course. Sometimes it's Nibiru, sometimes it's Fusion Area, Lancia. There's a whole bunch of win buttons that do the point is, the Skystriker is the one deck in the game that is literally built to draw the out whenever the out Now these spells are all pretty good, but obviously we want to be able to turn on the bonus effects as much as possible. We can use these spells to fill a grave just to help turn on the bonus effect of another of our spells. But there's good ways and bad ways to go about it. There's 4 ways in this deck to make it easy for us. First of all, we have the skill Skystriker Ace Defying Fates. At the beginning of our turn, it plays the field spell Area 0 to our field from outside the deck. This card can send any other card we control to the grave to look at the top 3 cards of our deck. We can add a Skystriker card from among these 3 to our hand and shuffle the rest of our deck. The idea is that we set a spell card we don't need onto the field and send it to grave with Area 0, and that will help fill our grave with spells to help us turn on our bonus effects. Also, we have a spell card to potentially use to keep that going. What's going on, DS?
Yo, what's good?
You watching my video on stream, bro?
Yeah, I'm watching this awful Skystriker video that you made.
Awful Skystriker video?
Awful.
Awful.
Yo.
Right. That's why the artwork is artwork. That's why the artwork is artwork.
Yo, listen. Putting Tune Table, bro. Listen, this Skystriker has to be like the #1 most toxic deck in dueling. This shit is raw.
Okay.
Wait. Are you putting Tune Table of content in this deck?
3 copies of that bitch, bro.
No, that's insane. That's actually some nasty work. Like,
yeah.
Imagine making a Tune Skystriker. Oh my god, that's gross.
It's still gross. Okay. Think about this. Chimeras. You played Chimeras.
Well, that's different. That's different.
From a certain perspective.
Every
deck is gross if it's good.
That's different because I'm playing for nostalgia of my favorite like anime of Yu-Gi-Oh, like my favorite era.
I really like Toon Stars.
No, that's nasty. That's nasty, bro. Look, I'm little. What else you talking about, man? Let me see what you're talking about.
Hold on.
Oh,
if you can finish this video and you still hate Skystrikers at the end, then I'm gonna stop trying to convince you.
Okay. Like I said, Skystriker, I personally don't like it, but I have an open mind for my reasons that I can tell you at the end.
All right.
You know, I think I hate Skystriker, even though I have I'll tell you at the end, and I can be like, I can have an open mind. I got an open mind, and it only opened recently, but we'll see. We'll see.
You only gonna need an open mind, bro.
All right, Bill. Let's see what you chatting about.
Since we won't be able to activate the third copy, we set it to the field so we can send it to the grave with Area 0. This does double duty for us because this play gets us to exactly 3 spells in grave, but it also lowers the cards left in our deck, making it more likely for the Area 0 to find engage, and then making the engage more likely to draw into our win button card of choice. Some people choose not to play this in favor of more survival cards like Might Princess. That card's aiming to keep you alive rather than hard countering the opponent's game plan, so you don't need as desperately to draw a win button with engage. Since that's another way to secure a follow-up play, and in this deck, as long as you can get a follow-up play, you're golden. The third way we can get spell cards in grave is
I hate this card. Skystriker Mecha modules. Like, I'm just trying to figure out if I should get rid of that card instantly or not, but I don't be knowing. And that's my problem. I'd be like, should I just get rid of it? And I feel like even if I do,
how to play against the deck, you'd have a better time.
Yeah, I feel like if I knew, because that's where every time I try to get rid of something that for some odd reason, the person already has another copy in their hand of the same card.
It's like because nothing's once per turn. It's all really based on the context of the situation. What you do is all really context based. If you need to stop modules, then you stop modules. Or I should say multi-roll because we call it multi-roll. Because if they use that, you're not going to be able to respond to their spells. So if you go like some target negate or back renegade, you can't use it if this thing happens. So you
So
get rid of
you
that.
get rid of that if you want to use your like back renegades or target negates. Okay, let me see.
Multi-roll. Just like area 0, you can send any of your cards to grave, but the effect is to make it so your opponent can't respond to your spell cards for the rest of the turn. Going second, this is a great way to bait out interruption, but aside from that, you could set a spell to the field and send it with this just like you would with area 0 to get more spells to grave. But much more often, what you would do here is send area 0 itself to grave, because area 0 has an effect when sent to grave by card effect to special summon a skystriker ace monster from your deck. So you're not only setting up spell cards in your you're also setting the monster side of this game started. Just keep in mind that once you do summon a skystriker ace monster from deck, you're going to need to link it off if you want to continue activating your skystriker spell. If you drew into table of contents with engage after already using area 0, you could just save the third turn table just as multi-roll for later to stop the opponent from interrupting your other spell. The final way of getting spells is actually our skill again, and it can send any 2 skystriker cards from your hand and field to grave in order to draw 1 card. So you're not only putting spell cards in grave to turn on your bonus effects, you're also drawing cards which may be exactly what you need to find your engage. Because honestly, this deck's way weaker when you don't have access to your engage. There is actually another spell whose entire purpose is to help you turn on your spell's bonus effects. Vector Blast.
Yeah, Peter, I hate this deck.
Of your deck to the grave, and most of the time that's going to be 2 spell cards in it itself. 1 to grave after resolving would be the third one in grave. So just by itself, this turns on your bonus effects. But if your bonus effects are already online, this card can non-target send your cards from your extra monster zone back to the edge of deck.
That's so.
You were playing the deck. What if
you
were playing the deck? What if you?
That's so nasty. Oh my god. That is so nasty. Again, I'm gonna say this: Sky Striker. I think it can always play in any meta. Like I think whether it's a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, potentially, I think Sky Striker will always be playable. I don't think it will ever be a time where, unless they make something new that becomes staple, unless that happens, I don't think Sky Striker will ever go out of style. And mind you, I can acknowledge that.
So you think it's stylish?
I think it has viability to just no matter what you do in the game. You can play Sky Striker, and also depending on how smart and what your IQ is, I think with Sky Striker you can always hit the max rank, Master Duel or Duel Links.
Yeah. I think also using this deck, in my opinion, you can start playing this deck as somebody who's not that good at the game. But after you play this deck for a few months, you're going to be so much better at the game. And if you pick up a different deck after you've mastered Sky Strikers, you're going to be so much better at that deck too. You play this deck, you become a genius, not just this deck, but a Yu-Gi-Oh! That's what's good about this deck. This deck makes you good at Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it's not a combo deck. It's just a, hey, is this a good time to play this card?
Yeah, no, I definitely think it gets your I do think I can agree it gets your IQ up to know when to play and when to not play. But let's see.
Sky Striker spell is linked, and this card can be a starter, extender, or even a card you can use to go for game. As long as you have enough monsters you can monster zone, this card can send another of your cards to grave to play out a Sky Striker ace monster from your extra deck. You can do this as your starting play to get you into your links. To start the monster side of your game, you could use this to dodge an effect killer or an important effect, but usually
this is where the story of Warboard begins.
And we ain't gonna play your shit game.
You're going to be using this
Hold
after you've attacked, sending your extra monster zone monster to the grave to play out Hayate to attack.
My audio.
Attack directly for game. This gets even stronger depending on how you set your plays though, because if you have both a light and dark Sky Striker in grave, the monster you summon with his effect gains 1000 attack, meaning you could be attacking directly, completely ignoring the opponent's monsters with a 2500 Hayate. That's absolutely diabolical. Now a lot of people do play 2 link cage because...
Oh yeah, apparently my audio is Jesus, my audio is messed up. Wait a minute. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay. My desktop audio just randomly stopped working. Let me see. Do do do. I don't know why this is. Anytime I want to do something important, they just be like, you know what? Let me just cook this month. Let me just cook him right now. Let's see. Do do do. Do do do. No. Let's see. Let's go to. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong. I'm trying to figure out why my audio isn't. Let's see. My audio is just not coming in. Apparently.
So I guess they can't hear me.
Hold on. Let me see some real quick. Okay. What? Damn it. Hold on. Okay. Let me see some real quick. I think I got it working at home.
This card isn't a one-per turn. They want to be able to use it as a starter if they need it, or as a way to dodge a Veiler if they need it, but they still want to be able to use it to OTK. You can definitely do that. However, in a deck like this, it really wants to engage these plus points you don't have super on in, bro. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, and I lost my fucking headphones. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know where they're at. But like no audio is coming in at all. Bro. Let's see. Oh, wait. No. Everything's coming in. Everything's coming in like it would be. Only thing that's not coming in is desktop audio. And it's not coming in at all. Oh, okay, let's try that. Okay. Alright, let's try that.
Super important, so your deck slots need to be used a lot more carefully. You can add back
Okay,
spells
it should be
from
good
the
now.
deck, so you can always go for that to add back linkage. But most of the time, that first linkage being used to play through things or start your combo just isn't going to be necessary, since this deck's monster-based plays are super damn good at playing through interruptions anyway. I could talk more about the spells, but it wouldn't make much sense unless you first understand how the monsters work in this deck. This deck is focused around the two main characters, Ray and Rose, but mostly Ray, to be honest. Ray is the heart and soul of the deck, and Rose is like a power buff for the deck. Both of these can be used as the entire link material for our 4 different link ones: Kagari, Shizuku, Hayate, and Kaina. That's because this deck isn't really trying to combo. It's trying to take away the opponent's whole card advantage with spells so it can easily win with very few monsters. The way this happens is you can summon one of your main deck monsters and link it off into a link one. Nice and easy. We pretty much always want this to be Ray. If we summon Ray and the opponent tries to interrupt the Ray has a quick effect to go right into one of your link monsters anyway. But if they wait for your link to hit the field, then remove that link, then Ray Engrave will trigger to come back to the field, where she can just be linked off again, or use her effects to go into another link. This makes our link play really sticky. The opponent isn't just going to be able to deal with it. I think I'm hearing I don't know what it is. If they knock out one of your links, it'll trigger Ray to come back to the field, and on the opponent's turn, Ray will be able to quick effect link herself off into Kaina, because on summon, Kaina can make one of your opponent's monsters unable to attack. Great thing about our link ones too is that they can also use each other as link material, so you could have Ray go into Kagari, then use Kagari to go into Shizuku, for example. The most powerful of our link ones is Kagari, because on summon, it's going to add back any of our skystriker spells from grave. That's usually going to be adding back engage to keep searching and drawing cards, but it could also add back any of the skystriker spells we might only play one of, so that we can use them again. again. Keep in mind with Kagari that if you have 3 spells engraved, adding one of them back to hand will mean you only have 2 engraved, so you won't get your bonus effect. So if you can, you should have at least 4 spells engraved before you use Kagari. In some situations, you might have Rain on the field and 3 spells engraved.
Okay.
You could link off into Kagari so that you could activate spells again, but often you could just link off into another link one, like Shizuku or Hayate or Kaina, then activate a 4th spell, then link them off into your Kagari afterwards so you can get the bonus effect of the spell you added back. Shizuku is a link monster you want to end your turn on when you're going first, because on end phase of the turn it's summoned, it's going to add from deck to hand a Skystriker spell that isn't in your grave. If you weren't able to get engaged, you could get it this way. But what's so amazing about this is its synergy with multi-roll. Multi-roll on end phase will count the amount of spells you activated on that turn as long as it was on the field, and it will set back Skystriker spells from grave up to that amount, but it'll banish those spells when they leave the field. Just like Kagari, you should keep in mind the amount of spells you have engraved when you do this.
I hate Kagari so much. Oh my god, I can't stand that motherfucker. Kagari pisses me off.
You want to make it so that you still have at least 3 in there.
It just adds a spell from graveyard back to hand, man.
I don't know. I just hate it. Every time it comes on the field, it just makes me lose. I'm like, I swear, every time I stop,
you probably save your monster negate for it.
Yeah, probably.
So you can get your bonus
But
effects.
imagine if you use Kagari, you make your opponent lose.
Yeah, like what's Shizuku? Is that the one that like makes your bonuses weaker?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
You don't want to make your opponent's monsters weaker?
No. Let me see what the motherfuckers
You
come
want
out.
your opponent's monsters to be stronger?
No, yes and no. But okay, if I'm going against it, obviously not. But like going against it, so like
You're going with it.
if I'm using it, yeah, that's clean. That's clean.
That's clean. Yeah, exactly.
That's clean.
what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Let's see.
Go into your settings and set your activation order settings.
deck is
to
so
manual.
cheap,
You
bro.
could use multiple.
It is like it has. I'm not gonna lie. The issue I got with Skystriker is so versatile. That's like damn. Like that's what I'm saying. It can just play in any format.
Yeah, but you already playing the same deck every format. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I said again, I don't use it and I go against it. That's why I'm like enemy territory. So I'm like, God, it's like if it goes second, forget about it.
Hey, forget about it. But what if you go second?
If I goes, I'm a cook.
You would cook, wouldn't you?
Like Skystriker, like I said, I think Skystriker is one of the best breakdown decks in Duel Links. It's gonna break you down. Like it will literally step by step just dismember your side of the field one by one.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I like it so much, because if you are smart about it, there's no problem you can't solve, and I like solving a problem.
Let me see what else.
You know how much of a problem everyone's board is, bro? Everybody's summoning floodgates. Or
Me?
something along those lines. You can make sure that doesn't happen to you.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see.
Setting back a spell card you have in your grave. Then Shizuku will be able to search another copy of that same spell card. This is usually what you're going to be doing on your opponent's turn. If your raid tags out on their turn into Shizuku, your multi-roll could set back engage, and Shizuku could search for another engage, as long as there isn't a second engage in your grave, of course. On your turn, you could activate Shizuku first with a toggle on, searching for Widow Anchor, then using Widow Anchor.
I ain't gonna lie. Widow Anchor. I'm not gonna lie. I think if this deck didn't have Widow Anchor, for me in the decks I play, Widow Anchor be putting belt to ass on me. I'm not gonna lie. Widow Anchor be tearing me up.
It's kind of like a crackdown, if you think about it.
Yeah, but it's a crackdown that they can keep grabbing from the graveyard.
Yeah.
They can just keep grabbing it over and over.
They can search for it, but you have to have no monsters in the main monster zone. That makes it a little bit more difficult to use.
It does, but I be trying to go for the kill all the time. So for me, like if somebody gets me, I'm always going for the kill. So I'm gonna get rid of whatever you got on the field for you. I'm gonna do the work for you.
You just gotta find a way to break through their back. You just gotta turn off their back row. For example, if you're going against Sky Strikers, if you kaiju them, they can't use their back row on you.
And I think that's why it'll never be exactly like tier one. But I think it could always like if you was to join a random tournament, I think like you always got a chance of winning.
Yeah, as long as
Always.
you're good at it. And you can become good at it just by practice.
Let's see.
For on your own Shizuku, then when Widow Anchor hits your grave, you could use multi-roll to set back that Widow Anchor so you have a bonus negate to use on the opponent's turn. The Sky Strikers good for going second are Hayate, as we talked about before, and Zeke. Hayate is something we could summon instead of Shizuku going second, because after an attack we can send any Sky Striker card from deck to grave. That meaning we will have whatever we want to set back with multi-roll. That can be good in games where we need to grind a bit more, but typically we are going to be using Hayate just to OTK with Linkage. Zeke is actually a link too, so you can't go into it with just one of your Sky Striker aces, but you could still use Zeke as the whole material for one of your other Sky Striker links. You could steal an opponent's monster with Widow Anchor or Shark Cannon to go into him, since his materials only require one Sky Striker. Alternatively, you could bring Rose into the picture. If Rose is in your hand and you normal or special summon a Sky Striker, you can special summon her from your hand. That fits the summoning requirements, right? You've got the Sky Striker you summoned and the Rose next to it, and you could have searched for Rose with Engage. You link them both off into Zeke, and on summon, Zeke targets a face-up monster on the field and banishes it until your opponent's next end phase. If you choose to banish a monster in the opponent's extra monster zone, that's gonna trigger Rose's effect to special summon herself from grave, and in the same effect, negate an opponent's monster for the turn. Technically, you could use Zeke's banish effect on another of the opponent's monsters, then use a spell like Vector Blast, Afterburners, or Damning Waves to destroy their monster in their extra monster zone, and it will still trigger the Rose to come back to the field. You could then use Zeke sending Rose to grave to buff itself by a 1000 attack, or you could link them off into a link 3 if you wanted. Zeke also doesn't have to send a monster to get a buff. You could send a spell to grave, and hypothetically that could be a way for you to get some more spells in grave. Getting Rose in rotation is pretty important, because if you remember, it's going to allow for Linkage's second effect to give a bonus 1000 attack to the monster it summons if you have both Ray and Rose in grave. Last card to talk about is Hamp. This is essentially a kaiju that can be searched with Engage, but you have to control a Sky Striker to be able to summon it to your opponent's.
Having a kaiju in this deck is actually crazy though.
It's better than just a kaiju, man.
Being able to kaiju on top of having everything else, like this deck is like you said, Swiss Army knife. This shit can damn near do everything.
Exactly, it's a Swiss Army knife. Don't you want to have one? When you were a kid, was that not the coolest thing you ever saw when you found out?
It was. Well, you know.
Whatever you need.
Let's see.
Field by triggering their monster. The benefit is, though, that if you destroy your own Hamp in battle, it'll trigger in your grave to destroy another of your opponent's cards. So yeah, even better than a kaiju. With everything your cards are doing in mind, what does going first look like and what does going second look like? When you go first, the aim is to set up a situation where you can realistically survive what the opponent is trying to do. This might be different from meta to meta and matchup to matchup. It might be relying on a tech card, or this deck's inherent survivability with a raise floating and tagging out. Or we could have an extra deck based combo that keeps us alive. There's 3 basic turn ones, and I'll show each of them here. First of all is the simplest. It requires the least. You just need a way to get Ray on board. You could open it and normal summon it, but if you have a searcher, then you'd prefer to search for multi-roll, and have multi-roll send area 0 to grave, triggering the area 0 to play out Ray from deck. Link Ray off into Shizuku, set whatever back row you've searched, and maybe leave one of your back row slots open so you could do the end phase combo of Shizuku and multi-roll to get the bonus Widow Anchor set to your field. Of course, multi-roll will always be able to set back area 0 as well, so you could potentially use its effect on the follow-up turn. Just know that since it was set back by multi-roll multi-roll won't be able to trigger Area Zero's grave effect again since it'll be banished when it leaves the field. And you might choose to not reset Area Zero on your own turn just because it might prevent you from having 3 spells engraved, but you could choose to reset it at the end of the opponent's turn with multi-roll if you still want its effect on your follow-up turn. On the opponent's turn, if Shizuku dies, Rei will be resummoned, and at some point, Rei can tag out into Kaina to prevent one of their monsters from attacking, and hopefully your back row like Widow Anchors can help you out too.
This man literally put Firewall Dragon. He got Firewall Dragon. Was that Firewall Dragon? You got a Firewall. Oh no, I'm tripping. They got Firewall. I'm tripping. I thought you had Firewall Dragon. I said, yeah, you're sick. You're sick.
Oh.
I was like, if you found. Yeah, I want to say, I was like, if you somehow found a way to have to put Firewall Dragon in this deck, I said, oh yeah, you're the GOAT. You're the GOAT.
I am. I didn't do that, but I am.
But I didn't do that, but no, I'm still the GOAT.
Yeah. I didn't have to do that to be the GOAT, bro.
Man, I couldn't stand Firewall when that shit was meta. Oh my god, that fucking was it Dark Fluid? Oh my, I hated that shit. Let's see.
He will be resummoned, and at some point, Rei can tag out into Kaina to prevent one of their monsters from attacking, and hopefully your back row like Widow Anchors can help you out too. The back row you search for is going to be matchup dependent, like you could have 2 Widow Anchors set to negate 2 monster effects on the field and potentially steal 2 of their monsters if you have your 3 spells already engraved. If you only have 2 spells engraved and 2 Widow Anchor, you first use the one that wasn't set back by multi-roll to ensure it goes to the graveyard so that the one set by multi-roll can steal an opponent.
Bro, Widow Anchor, when I tell you that card, that's really like Afterburner, and Widow Anchor be fucking me up so bad.
Probably jamming waves too.
Yeah, honestly, all of them. Like really, honestly, they all be fucking me up.
Yeah, all the Skystriker spells say is fuck the opponent up.
Yeah, literally.
Because you could use 2 spells, boom, your board is gone.
Gone. Nice.
Bam. Monster. If you do it,
sick.
The other way around, you won't be stealing anything since you'll still have only 2 spells engraved. You could have Shark Cannon and Widow Anchor set. The way you use them is going to be the same as having 2 Widow Anchor, except that one of these is going to be banishing a card from the opponent's grave instead of negating an opponent's monster on field. You can still use these protectively to save your life points. Keep in mind when you steal something with Widow Anchor, the opponent gets it back at the end of the turn. But when you steal something with Shark Cannon, you actually get to keep it on your field, but it won't be able to attack for you. You could link it off, send it to grave with multi-roll, Area 0, or Z. If you set Widow Anchor and Eagle Booster, you will only have 1 interruption and the survival play of your links in Rei, but at some point you'll use Eagle Booster on one of your monsters, making it both unaffected by card effects and indestructible by battle. That will ensure your access to your monster plays on the follow-up turn without needing to search for recovery like Scissors, but Link monsters can only be in attack mode, so you have to be careful whether you choose to go for this play, because it doesn't matter if you're indestructible if they can attack into your Link multiple times with big monsters anyway. This is why Kaina can be so important for preventing attacks. This next turn one you could go for is against decks that need their grave effects to be able to play, and it involves Abyss Dweller. Against decks like these, you don't really need to go crazy. You just want to turn on your bonus effects by having 3 spells engraved, and you want to have a way to get both Rei and Rose on field. Get one of them in your hand and summon the other by multi-roll sending Area 0. You're just going to Xyz summon Abyss Dweller in the extra monster zone and set Eagle Booster to the field. You have to make sure you're able to set Eagle Booster in hand as well as getting 3 spells engraved and getting both level 4s on field. Some hands are going to make this awkward, forcing you to link summon Kigari to get back engaged, but what you could do is use the skill to send Kigari to grave and another card to draw a card. Then use Scissors to revive one of your level 4s, then summon the other level 4, and Xyz summon Abyss Dweller that way. On the opponent's turn, you will turn your toggle on, and on their draw phase, you will activate Abyss Dweller, and they will have a chance to respond, and regardless of whether they respond or not, you chain Eagle Booster to protect your Abyss Dweller from both battle and effects, so your effect to turn off their grave will resolve no matter what, and they won't be able to get rid of it except with a Kaiji. You'd also do this exact same game plan but with a Tornado Dragon instead of Abyss Dweller, because some decks rely so much on particular back row that by quick effect destroying them, you cripple them to a huge extent. The last turn one you could go for involves more than just the Rei and Link survival game plan, but also Lord of the Heavenly Prison. On your turn you can reveal it, and until the end of your opponent's turn, your opponent will be unable to destroy face-down cards by card effects, so those Widow Anchors, Shark Cannons, and Eagle Boosters cannot just be invalidated by an MST. The goal here is going to be a bit of a mix of the previous two. You're aiming to summon a rank 4, but you don't specifically need Eagle Booster, but you are going to need Scissor, so searching that or having it in hand is going to be a part of this play. You summon your 2 level 4s, one by multi-roll and the other by being in hand, and overlay them into Gallant Granite in the extra monster zone, activating it, detaching a material to search Lord of the Heavenly Prison. Then
By the way, that also searches Nibiru. How do you feel about that?
That's
you are
nasty.
going to need
You got Lord of Heavenly
so searching
Prison,
that or having it in
use
hand.
a seasoned Gallant, bring Nibiru. That's nasty. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Imagine if that was you searching Nibiru. What if do you want to search with Nibiru, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe you can play this deck and search Nibiru, bro.
Oh.
Is going to be a part of this.
Let's keep going.
You summon your
Let's
2
see.
level 4s, one by multi-roll and the other by being in hand, and overlay them into Gallant Granite in the extra monster zone, activating it, detaching a material to search Lord of the Heavenly Prison. Then use Scissor.
Bro, I got Lord of Heavenly Prison as well, which is kind of nasty too. I ain't gonna lie. This deck, if I had to play against this deck, would I be cooked? Probably. I would probably be cooked. Well, actually,
But
I don't
if
know.
you had to
Maybe.
play this deck, would you be cooking?
We can find out.
Yeah, we might find out.
We can find out. We'll see.
There's targeting a Skystriker you detached. If you haven't used your normal summon, then it's okay if it adds it to your hand, because then you can just normal summon. That's what's so great about Rose in hand, is that it special summons itself. But if your multi-roll summoned Rose from deck and you had to normal summon Ray, then you will need to have 3 spells engraved so that Scissors can special summon your Skystriker from grave. Then you can link off your Skystriker and Gallant Granite into Zeke, and then you can link off Zeke into Kagari if you want to add something back, but regardless, you'll end the turn with a Shizuku on board. You'll be able to do the Shizuku multi-roll play to get you another interruption, but at some point before your turn ends, make sure to activate Heavenly Prison in hand. On the opponent's turn, it's gonna be pretty much the same as the first turn one, the only difference being that your back row won't be destroyed by your opponent if they have destructive removal, but also, anytime a set back row is activated, you're going to have the option of summoning the Lord of Heavenly Prison from hand and setting any back row you like from the deck. Keep in mind that by summoning this guy, you are turning off your ability to activate more Skystriker spells, but you could summon this after activating your last Skystriker spell, then set Engage from your deck to give you amazing follow-up ability. You could always link it off on your turn or send it to grave with multi-roll, Area 0, or Zeke's effect. This exact same play can replace the Heavenly Prison with Nibiru, since Gallant Granite can search for that too, and that's going to be more helpful against a deck that if they do get Nibiru, they can't attack you for game, and if they play around Nibiru, they can't attack you for game either. The main thing isn't necessarily stopping the opponent, but preventing them from killing you so that you can get your follow-up play. At the end of your opponent's turn, if you still have multi-roll and you've used your quick plays, multi-roll will be able to set back some of your spells for you to use on the follow-up play, like board breakers and your engages. Just keep in mind that you won't want to mess up your bonus effects when you take the spells out of the grave by any means. The follow-up play in this deck is absolutely diabolical. Your opening play, probably use Kagari at some point to help you get engaged multiple times, to search your deck multiple times, but the skill gives you a second Kagari for you to use on your follow-up play to add back whatever spell card you need to break what is left on the opponent's board. You could use Engage to search a board breaking card, use it, then summon Kagari to add it back and use it again, since the only once per turns in this deck are the monsters, multi-roll, and Area 0. I could talk about the different ways you could OTK your opponent on your follow-up turn, however, it's going to be the same ways you do it when you're going second, except you have a higher chance of already having your bonus effects turned on, so you don't have to worry as much about how you use your spells. This deck is so much better going second than it is going first, because everything in this deck is either a board breaker or a card that supports in board breaking. Just like when you go first, the aim is obviously to turn your bonus effects on, but then to just use your spells to wipe out everything they have. Destroy them, steal them, banish them from grave, banish from their field, protect your monsters from negation and removal. Just by using your spells to clear the opponent's field, OTKing becomes super easy. All you have to do is attack with a 1500 beater, which all the links are, then use Linkage to tribute it off into another another Link monster boosted by 1000 attack because of the Ray and Rose engrave, and that's going to be lethal damage. Alternatively, if you don't have Ray and Rose engrave, you could get a Zeke on board, boosted to 2500 with its own effect, and attack directly, then use Linkage, sending it to grave to play out a 1500 Link and attack for game. Either way, that's 4000 damage. However, sometimes the opponent has a better defense, and sometimes they have more than 4000 life points. So this deck does have some other OTK plays up its sleeve too. If the opponent's board has so much going on that you can't focus too much on monster-based combos, so you can't get both Ray and Rose, you could summon Ray or Rose by itself, link it off into Hayate, and have Hayate attack them directly. When she does, she can send the missing Skystriker ace from deck to grave. Then you can activate Linkage, sending Hayate to grave to play out Kigari. And now since you have both light and dark in grave, Kigari's attack will be buffed by 1000, but Kigari also gains 100 attack for each spell in grave, so it could potentially be a very big number, and that could be used to help you secure lethal. If your opponent has back row you weren't able to clear for some reason, you could summon Ray and use Rose's effect to summon itself next to Ray. Overlay them into Tornado Drag in the extra monster zone and use its effect to pop their back row. If that back row in some way could remove your Tornado Dragon, you could chain your Linkage, sending Tornado Dragon to grave to play out Kigari, and on summon Kigari could act back the Linkage so that you could attack with Kigari and then use Linkage again to attack yet again. But if their back row did nothing, then you could first attack with Tornado Dragon, then simply finish the job with Linkage that way too. If the opponent has a hell of a lot of life points, or if your opponent used Magic Deflector, preventing you from using Area 0, Shark Cannon, Eagle Booster, Multi-Roll, and Linkage, then there is still an OTK play you can go for. You need access to Hamp, Scissors, Ray, and Rose. And since your Engage searches don't need to be used at all for your continuous and quick play spells, you have more freedom to search for these, and since these cards won't be helping you anyway, they're easy discard fodder for the skill to help you find these cards and the Engages to search for them. It's still a lot of cards though, so you're probably going to need Kigari to help you find them all. Activate Engage, searching one of these, but Ray first if you don't have it. Then summon Ray, link it off into Kigari, and Kigari adds back Engage, but also chain Rose to the summon of Kigari. Then you'll link off Kigari and Rose into the Undertaker, which frees up your main monster zone so you can activate Engage again to search whatever missing piece you need. At this point you use Scissors to revive Ray to the zone Undertaker points to, then you tribute...
Huh?
Imagine summoning the Undertaker in Duel Links.
That'd be nasty. That'd be gross. You already can do everything else.
Yeah, there's a lot you can just do, bro.
This deck, I get like this deck.
The Yu-Gi-Oh deck, bro.
I can admit this deck. It's cooking. It is cooking. I can't lie. It is cooking. Like I already know this deck can just do whatever the plot demands.
Whatever the plot demands. And you want to have the plot on your side. You want the plot to be your armor, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm.
Plus, that Hamp to the zone. It's a Gundam.
Yeah, skystriker, strategic striker Hamp. I ain't gonna lie, artwork tough. Can't even cap. Tough ass artwork.
Hell yeah.
Let's see.
Right above Undertaker. Activate the Undertaker's effect to reduce Hamp's attack by Ray's attack. Then you can link off Ray and Undertaker into Equimax. Equimax has a base stack of 2k attack, and it gains attack equal to the original attack of the monsters it's pointing to, meaning that even though Hamp's attack was reduced by 1500, it's still going to be giving Equimax 2500 bonus attack, bringing the Equimax to 4500 attack. That isn't quite lethal by itself, but if you have a removal spell like Afterburners, Jamming Waves, or Vector Blast, you can use those to remove whatever they have in the extra monster zone, triggering Rose to summon itself back to the field in the zone Equimax points to, giving it even more attack to be able to attack for game win. If you had White Princess, that would be another way to reduce the opponent's monsters while keeping your Link monster unchanged. You won't always be able to OTK. You will do your best using your spells to remove as much of their interruption as possible, but if you can't OTK, then because of a potential opponent's follow-up, then you have to have some way of defending yourself, and when that that becomes the case, you do the same plays you would make going first to end your turn, except that you use Hayate instead of Shizuku with multi-roll to help you get the back row setup you need, like I talked about earlier. This is my own personal deck list, but there's a lot of variety when it comes to the way people build this deck. The bare minimum is one of each Rose and Ray, one Hamp, one Link Gauge, 3 Engage, 2 Widow Anchor, 1 multi-roll, 1 Jamming Waves, 1 Afterburners, 1 Shark Cannon, 1 Eagle Booster, and 1 Scissors Cross. In the extra deck, strictly speaking, you only need Kagari, Shizuku, and Zeke, because the skill is going to put an extra Kagari, Shizuku, Hayate, and Kaina in your extra deck for you. The only ones you technically need a second copy of are Kagari and Shizuku, so you play one of each there. But that being said, people will still play an extra Kaina or an extra Hayate just as something to link off to clear their main monster zones when they can't or don't want to go into Kagari just yet. After this is where all the decision making happens, and there's a hell of a lot of it. You can play Gallant Granite if you want to search for Heavenly Prison, or Nibiru. You can play Abyss Roller or Tornado Dragon depending on whether or not they have an impact on the expected matchups. You can always play a second Zeke. The first might be used in your opening play with Gallant Granite, so having a second one can be helpful. You can play Ecomax, and if you do, then you probably should play Undertaker too. If your extra deck for whatever reason isn't finished by this point, then you can probably play a Link 4. The best ones in Duel Links right now are Ambler Whale and Borrelsaur, but if access code comes to the game, then that's probably going to be the new best choice. You can choose to play Vector Blast. You could play Hercules base. The whole point of this card is just to send it to grave with Area 0, multi-roll, or Zeke, so you can reshuffle your links back into the extra deck. But since we get a bonus Kagari from the skill, this is really not necessary. You might choose to play 2 Link Aid. You only really need 1. You can play 2 multi-roll just because it's great for baiting out back renegade, and it's great for getting a Ray out to the field. You only technically need 1, but you can still play 2 if you like. You can play more copies of Jamming Waves, Afterburners, or Shark Cannon depending on what the format needs from you, but personally I like to keep my engine at a bare minimum so that I can benefit from my tech cards. For example, the 3 Toon Table of Contents. If you are going to play this, you can't play less than 3 because it loses all of its value if you don't play 3. You may choose to play anywhere between 1 and 3 tech cards that are meant to be a silver bullet to guarantee that the opponent can't kill you. I say 1 to 3 because there's a good chance with your deck thinning and engaged draws that you'll be able to draw into it regardless. White Princess is definitely the most popular one. It doesn't reduce Link Monsters attack, so it works very well here for survival and even for OTK. I feel like this meta is going to have a lot of Nibiru-able deck running around, and the ones that aren't susceptible to Nibiru are also less likely to be able to get through our standard survival game plan. Something that is a bit of a worry is Thunder Dragon Colossus. It prevents Area 0 and engages effects, but it doesn't prevent our skill from drawing us a card. So we would want to have drawn Hamp to remove it or Widow Anchor to negate it, because Colossus can protect itself from the destruction of Afterburners and Jamming Waves. If they summon it to the extra monster zone, we could Vector Blast it, but knowing that that card exists, Thunder Dragon players might just play it in the main monster zone anyway. They can also play more than 1 Colossus in a turn, which is the scariest part, so we may end up playing something like Lava Golem or Sphere Mode depending on how their fields go, if that deck ends up being popular. If you've seen any other advanced guides on this channel, then this one might feel a bit weird, because I didn't outright tell you how any given turn is going to go from start to finish. I give you general outlines, I give you interactions, I tell you what you can do in certain situations, and that's because this is a deck that you have to make decisions with on the fly. But it can be really helpful to see how a deck's gameplay looks like to get a general idea of how you should be playing it. So let's take a look at some gameplay. So I'm going first here against Winged Dragon of Ra. They're not necessarily the best Winged Dragon of Ra player, but you know, I have Toon Table of Contents. Okay, this I kind of wanted to show off Toon Table of Contents more than anything in this video, because I see like most people are not playing Toon Table of Contents in this deck, and I feel like this card is basically a cheat button because you get to start the game, literally start the game basically with 3 spell cards in grave as long as you draw one of these. And there is that downside obviously if you draw more than 1 copy of this, but it's the same if you draw 3 copies of anything except Engage. Like Engage is like pretty much one of the only cards in the whole game you don't want to draw multiples.
You say I'm sick of these skills? Listen, Duel Links. I think a lot of these decks that in Duel Links that wouldn't be playable are playable because of the skills. So I do think we should give credit to Duel Links for making decks that are usually not the most playable. That decks that people like to play are able to play and be successful. And I like to give perspective. I think, you know, perspective is important because some decks that just aren't good at all if you add a skill to it, you're one of your favorite decks you've grown up with or liked, when you was younger or whatever the case may be. You're like, oh, I can still play this and I can still win. Is Sky
And
Striker one of these? I don't know. I don't
look,
play.
like if you go first in Master Duel, you you're gonna win a lot more because you have a chance to set up your defense. And your opponent has to sit there, let you do it, and you like when it comes to your turn, you can't do anything because they're gonna stop everything you do. But on Duel Links, the skill makes your play a bit faster, and it gives you a way to go second better. So there's no imbalance there. Going first
Yeah,
is
yeah.
pretty strong.
Yeah, like I said, I do think Duel Links kind of, like I said, it gives people a chance. That like I said, I don't think Sky Striker is one of them, but I think in general, the whole some people believe that skills ruin the game, and I don't agree with that. Because like I said, I think certain decks that are fun to play that are generally quote unquote aren't good get a chance to be good that people actually like. So I think you gotta get both
Yeah,
sides.
we can say some skills are not fun, but
Yeah,
that's not
some.
every skill. That's not skills. That's some skills. That's not every skill.
Yeah, some, not all. Again,
Like if there's a broken card, we're gonna ban all cards.
no, fuck no. Yeah, it can't. Like I said, I think this a case by case basis. I think it just depends. I think depending on the situation, it's a case by case to judge it on each case. But generally speaking, no, I don't think skills ruin a game.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So tune table, gonna search for another tune table. Second one is gonna search for the third. We're gonna set it, use the area 0 to look at the top 3 cards of our deck, and wouldn't you know it, we found an engage in that bad boy. So then we're gonna be able to activate our engage, searching for multi-roll, and that's gonna give us a bonus draw. This is typically what we're gonna do. We're gonna be searching for our multi-roll. But look at us, bro. We're so damn good at the game, we draw another engage. But I just wanted you to know right now that what I have right now is all I need to be able to get my survival game plan going, because I have Widow Anchor, but I don't really need Widow Anchor specifically. All I need is another spell to activate after multi-roll so that I can use my Shizuki to get my Widow Anchor. But I got my engage anyway, might as well use it, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna use it, searching Shark Cannon, and that's gonna draw me another engage. I am just that good at the game, bro, I promise. Let me also search for a Rose, just so I can get that light monster into rotation, and I'm also going to draw into my Link Hate, because that is just how goddamn good at the game I am, apparently. I'm gonna finally activate my multi-roll, and to be honest, guys, I should have used multi-roll
I think
first
that on
before
most
even
Sky
using...
Striker players you're hating.
Huh?
I am aware that I'm toxic for drawing all those engages.
No, that's it's actually crazy. Like I said, wait, how many cards is in this deck?
20.
20 cards, and it's such a guaranteed pool. It's like it's just like it's so consistent.
Not exactly guaranteed, but it's very close.
Yeah, it's consistent as fuck.
Yeah.
It's very
It's
consistent.
like,
So
I'm not definitely gonna draw engage, but with all my deck thinning, it's pretty likely that I'm gonna draw another engage at some
yeah.
the effect to send area 0. I should have just played it on the field first so that it counted all of the spells, but it's not going to matter anyway. I'm going to activate enough spells. Besides, I already have all of the back row that I need. I don't necessarily need to set anything back. But yeah, my multi-roll is going to send area 0, which is going to play out Ray from deck, and that's going to go into Kigari. Kigari is going to add back engage because I haven't drawn enough apparently, and then Rose is going to summon itself to the field. Now what I could have done is gone for a rank 4 play instead, using one of my engages to search for a scissors. That would have allowed me to protect my back row, but against Winged Dragon of Ra, bro, I wasn't feeling that deeply about it. As well as the fact that during the guide portion of the video, I already kind of showed you how to do those combos, but what I really want to show you here is what a standard, regular, degular going first for Sky Striker looks like, and so that's essentially what I'm going for here. So I'm gonna get that engage back, turn those into a Zeke, just so that the Zeke can be turned into another Link later. I'm gonna use my engage to search my final quick play, and I'm also gonna draw into Jamming Waves. I got everything everything I need, bro. I got literally everything I need. 4 cards left in deck, by the way. Going first. Now I'm going to link off into Shizuku. I'm going to set 2 backer. What 2 backer am I going to set? I'm going to set Shark Cannon because I'm going against Wing Dragon of Ra. If they can get Immortal Phoenix and Grave, I want to be able to banish it. Because if you can banish that, then they can't.
Hey, quick question. When is Darts coming out?
Probably December. I'm not going to lie.
Do you think it'd be good?
I have absolutely no idea, bro. Because you know how they gave Noah somebody else's deck? They probably won't. Let's be honest.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was what like I said, like again with Duel Links, with the whole skills thing, I do think like I said, I think if you listen, they can make it whatever they want to make up. So it's like because I know people were talking about they were talking about like just what was I gonna say? What's it called? Is this I think with darts, the whole silverware concourse. If you want, again, I'm not like a developer, but I think if you just want to start making up BS, I think you can make it good. Because technically they can do whatever they want.
They can't do whatever the hell they want. They could make it so that like if you have Seal of Aracalcos on the field with this skill, it actually has the same effect as the anime where you can summon monsters to your back row zone.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I think skills, mind you, Silver Concourse right now is garbage, like unplayable. Yeah, but if they add a skill, that might change stuff. Mind you, I love darts. I love that whole arc. Like, so it's like if they make a skill for it, and it, like I said, they can make it a 2025 version of it. It might be correct.
I think it could really win. I'm also gonna 26 because like I'll say why. I'll say why I think that. I think that every single year that we've gotten a new world, there's been a release at the end of September, beginning of October, and then the new character December, January.
What happened?
Like we get like we get a new world drop with all the new characters, and we'll get a new character drop like right away. But then the next character drop is like December, January for that world.
Yeah, it is. Okay. That is true. What the fuck? Hold on. Fix my screen. Let's see. Alright, let's see.
I said Widow Anchor because if they go into their fusion, we can negate their fusion and they're not going to be able to use it as 3 tributes for a Raw summon. We're also going to set back the Area 0 because A, we got more than enough spells engraved that we don't need it in there. Shizuku is going to search for a Scissors because there's not really a whole lot of search targets left in the deck. So it's the opponent's turn. They're going to start off using their skill, gaining some life points and getting a Moth Reborn in their hand and a True Sun God to their hand. They're going to activate their True Sun God and search for Blaze Cannon to make their Raw unaffected. They're going to use Ancient Chant to search for Ra, then they're going to use Millennium Revelation, and then they're going to use a skill Revealing Ra to play out Guardian Slime. Guardian Slime is going to turn into their God Slime, and I'm going to use my Widow Anchor right away to negate the part of the card that says it can be used as 3 tributes for a god. Now it can't. It now only counts as 1 tribute like any other monster. Now he's going to search Sun God Unification, and he's going to be able to set it to the field, but it's not going to make a difference because he can't tribute summon. He can't get his game plan off, and when he can't get Ra on the field, he can't use True Sun God to send it to Grave and Immortal Phoenix. Their whole game plan shat on by a Widow Anchor, or a Forbidden Chalice, or a Forbidden Droplet, or an Effect Veiler. It's kind of that easy against this deck, apparently. I'm sorry for making it seem like the deck was so amazing in my previous video. On end phase, since I did activate a spell card, multi-roll is going to trigger, setting back my Widow Anchor. It is going to vanish when it leaves the field. Now on my turn, you get to see, with all of these no limitation, I agree, bro. Rush is annoying, but there's something good about Rush. Something good about Rush, it means that we get speed dual boxes a little bit less often so we can save our gems for a bit more time.
That's all. That's literally what I said. I'm like, hey, whatever the fucking shit is, I'm just gonna spend it for fucking. I'm just gonna spend it on fucking doing the speed duel shit.
Yeah, exactly. It also, it's like gems we can grind, but we don't have to use on rush cards.
Like, I don't like. I might play it one of these days, but not the. We'll see. We'll see.
Cards. It is pretty much impossible not to win the game. This is why I'm saying that the Sky Striker follow-up is so unbeatable. Even if I didn't have the 4 bonus draws from Engage, that's still 3 cards in hand, 2 cards on field, okay? And I would have been able to set back in my first Engage if I hadn't drawn into other ones, and then searched another one if my Shizuku died and I went into another Shizuku. I would be cooking regardless. So yeah, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to activate Area 0. I'm not going to be able to use it since there's only 2 cards in my deck, but I'm going to use Shark Cannon just to free up a zone on my field to banish their Guardian Slam from grave. By the way, it is going to ask me whether I want to take it to my field. I'm going to Slim.
What is?
I think I said Guardian Slim instead of Guardian Zone.
Oh no! You know what's crazy? I haven't seen this deck in a little bit. It's kind of. I think it kind of fell off.
You haven't seen Raw?
Yeah, I haven't seen. I haven't recently.
It fell off. I think it did fall off like right after I posted this video, which is really annoying.
Yeah, cause like I said, I was seeing that deck just as often as all the meta decks. Like
yeah, I just wanted to like get it out because bro, it's the Winged Dragon of Ra. I have to have a Winged Dragon of Ra video.
Yeah, like Ra. I think the slime deck. I don't know if it has all the cards. I'm not sure. 'Cause I remember like
There's some missing.
yeah. 'Cause I remember when I first I was trying to get I had bought about a bunch of I bought like 9 boxes of Rage of Ra, which had all these cards in.
Yeah.
And I was looking for it because it came with a bunch of Jinzo cards for some reason. I was like, who the fuck plays Jinzo?
Oh, yeah, I remember. Did you end up getting the what's it called? The ghost?
No, I didn't get it. Okay. The amount of money I spent, I could have just bought the card, honestly.
Yeah.
So he said, I have Ra, I'll whoop y'all with that cap. Not me. I'm pulling up with Odeon. I got my Odeon deck now.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. You were calling it toxic just a second ago, bro. But...
Hey, listen. And that's why I was saying I got an open mind because I think I'm the same side of a different coin with Sky Striker.
I got you. But I think that is way more toxic than Sky Striker, I'm not gonna lie.
You think Odeon is?
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, okay. So I think Odeon and Sky Striker are pretty much they play exactly the same.
They're
but
pretty similar, yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty. But I think the issue is, Odeon's deck. The main effect doesn't work if you don't have Eldritch on the field. If you don't have Eldritch on the field, the second half of the effect doesn't work.
Yeah.
But Sky Striker
gonna have 3 spells in grave is not gonna work.
That's true. But
if you have something in the main monster zone, it's not gonna work.
So yeah, I do think they're the same side of they're the different side of the same coin. Let's see.
I'm glad you're playing Eldritch now. That zombie deck, bro. At the end of the day.
Hey! I found someone. Come on, like I said, I played Doom King Eldritch in Master Duel, and I found someone because mind you, I tried so hard, bro. I even used ChatGPT to help me, and it just didn't. And like that's how desperate I got. I used ChatGPT to help me.
The best course of action is always just going to be the easiest, the easiest to understand course of action. Like you could go against the grain and try to fit in Zombie World into Eldritch, and you could technically make it work. But then, like in certain situations, you're just gonna be making it difficult for yourself.
Yeah. And Duel Links, like I said, in Master Duel, you have way more. You can add way more cards. You can
And
add.
more zones too. I think like having both Eldritch and Doom King on the field, bro, that's gonna be restrictive.
Yeah, yeah. So in Duel Links, I don't think it works that well, but in Master Duel, it works pretty good. Like at least when I played.
Yeah.
But when I tried making it here, I just didn't have enough room, and it just wasn't like there was no way I could make consistent plays. But the deck I got now, it's not. It's more so Eldritch and a smidget of Doom King. So I may not play Doom King every game, but I can get it out every once in a while.
So you do still do a little bit of Doom King stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Like, but it won't be every single game. I won't be able to play Doom King every game. But I'll be able to get it out probably like every third or fourth game.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna
So
use it anyway. I think I could probably make Eldritch zombies work. It's just that it would be more zombies than Eldritch.
Yeah, yeah, that's the issue. Someone said I like Duel Links because it's a fast game. I play Master Duel. Yeah, listen, Seto, that's why I play Duel Links. It's faster, but I will say this: Duel Links has progressively over the past few years have gotten a little faster. They have like not faster. They've gotten like the time limit, like the amount of time it takes to do plays have gotten longer. So I think for the next few years, maybe next 2, I will argue the next 2 years, I think Duel Links it'd be fine. But I think anything past that, I think we're gonna be approaching Master Duel time like time because it's starting to get ridiculous. Everyone like not every game, but like I've noticed an uptick in the time.
Yeah. If you watch a tournament, you could see individual games that can get to like half an hour to 40 minutes. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. It'll never be it won't. I don't think it'll ever reach Master Duel time limit, but it'll definitely be like. It won't be so absurd to be like the time limit between Master Duel and Duel Links. I think the gap is gonna get smaller and smaller as time goes by. Especially you're adding all these cards like fucking branded, like you add the Mirror Jade Dragon, like honestly, as far as the meta goes,
because Master Duel doesn't have to be bad. They just let broken shit not. They just let broken shit happen without doing anything about it. Whereas Duel Links does something about it, either by putting in more stuff that can deal with it, or by hitting it on the ban list. Duel Links actually, it's like people want to complain that Duel Links is becoming more like Master Duel. It's like it's not becoming more like Master Duel. It's becoming more like just modern Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Generally, but it's not like Master Duel because Master Duel is unfair and Duel Links is way more fair.
Yeah, I would argue Master Duel as far as like the cards, they do care more because mind you, they pull out emergency ban lists every once in a while. Like Duel Links, I mean Master Duel, they'll let shit just ride. Like unless it's like something like crazy, they'll be like, it is what it is, deal with it. Duel Links, they'll be like, oh my bad, we'll fix it. And, yeah. So I can admit, Duel Links will fix the shit pretty quickly. Master Duel will be like, Master Duel developers, they're like, yo, just get good. I'm sorry to tell you. just get good. I'm sorry, like I'm not gonna update the game every week. Like, just figure it the fuck out. Like that's Master Duel's like fucking like that's their fucking promo. Get good. We're not updating it. We're not gonna unless, like I said, like cards like what I used to use Skill Drain. I used to run 3 copies of Skill Drain. I ran 3 copies of Ghosts in the Match. I ran 3 copies of There Could Only Be One. Like I ran all the floodgates, and they end up all yeah. Like I listen. I ran all the floodgates in the game, and then like mind you. But within a year, they all got limited. Like I was like, damn. But that's because it was such a problem. Like most people everyone was like they were just like nonstop complaints, so they did something about it. But outside of something that just like that dramatic, they're gonna say, "Yo, figure it the fuck out."
Yeah, going to destroy.
Let me see.
Like sometimes it's figure it the fuck out, and sometimes it's just something you can't really figure out. You just lose, and they just don't. Okay, if you lose, you lose. It is what it is. They don't care whether or not the game is skilled. Actually, you know what? Apparently, don't tell Konami I said this. Apparently, Taya got a new form that is coming soon. Before
Taya.
Yeah.
Yo, honestly, Taya, give Taya, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They should make like a Dark Magician Girl deck, but make it kind of broke.
Like actually a good one that's not Dark Magician, just actually Dark Magician Girl.
Yeah, they should make a Dark Magician Girl like base deck. That's actually good.
I think that would be cool. I would make a video on it.
And like I said, mind you, Dark Magician Girl, I don't know if you keep up with cosplaying or just like Yu-Gi-Oh outside of Duel Links, but Dark Magician Girl is, I don't know if Dark Magician Girl might realistically be the most popular character in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, probably.
But mind you, bro, if what I want you to do is, if you type in Dark Magician Girl on Instagram and look at all the cosplays, there's thousands of Dark Magician Girl cosplays. Like, they love that shit. Let me see. Where's my... Hold on. Let's see. Came up the screen.
Damn.
Hold on. Gotta fix this real quick.
I don't even feel like a lot of these are even accurate, bro.
His face down back, but it's gonna ask me.
I definitely want a Dark Magician hat.
What? Okay, now oh, there it is. Yeah, no, like Dark Magician Girl, she like that's like, people like to bring up Blue Eyes and and just regular Dark Magician, but Dark Magician Girl is like the more, like, as far as Yu-Gi-Oh goes, as far as like outside the card game, like the cosplays in the cosplay community, she's up there. Like she's like the number one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love that shit.
I want to destroy his monster too. I say no because I also need to destroy the true sun god. If I destroy his monster, then there's no monster on the field for me to target to then get the secondary effects to destroy.
No, let me. You're sick.
So I'm going to say no to the secondary effect of jamming wave so that I can use my afterburners, destroying his god slime, and then destroying his true sun god so that I can attack with monsters I summon this turn. And I already have everything I need to attack. So Shizuku goes in for 15, Linkage then tributes it to go into Kagari. And here's something I didn't talk as much about in the video. Kagari can then add back the Linkage, and if I did not have lethal, which I very obviously do, then I could Linkage again to attack a third time. That is just how much damage this deck can output. Okay, so here I am going second against a Blue Eyes player. Okay, I'm just gonna...
Fucking Blue Eyes, bro. Oh my, Codman a legend. Oh my god.
I'm gonna fast forward through it because I'm sure that you've seen a lot of this before.
yeah.
If you are interested in a Blue Eyes guide, then let us know in the comments, and I'm sure Weatherman will be able to cook one up for you.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I actually kind of forgot that I beat the shit out of Blue Eyes in this video. Okay. Wait. By the way, I just beat the shit out of Blue Eyes, bro.
Man, Blue Eyes be listen, tearing me up.
And I be tearing up Blue Eyes, man.
Man, somebody got to. Somebody got to. That shit's tier 1 right now.
It is. You want to beat it, bro? Pause.
Hey, yo, bro, yo.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Listen. Take me on a date first. God damn.
Whoa.
Like, this man got straight to it.
No,
that man said, beat it up. He was like, yo, fuck all this talking. Hey, 6K. Hey, look. Headline already ready. Let's see what we get. Let me do it again. No, literally, like, it's surviving Team 6K, the definition of it. Let's see.
Hey, all right, we're here. They have ended their turn. We know that his set back row is Majesty, so he should be able to destroy our card by revealing as many blue eyes. He has Dingirsu, who can protect his whole field from destruction. He has Herald, which is an Omni negate, and he's got another effect, but it's not relevant against this deck unless I use Hayate. He's got True Light, which makes his blue eyes untargetable. He's also got a Jet Dragon he could summon from hand if a card got destroyed, which would then protect everything he controls from destruction, so he would kind of have two Dingirsu effect. He could use True Light to summon something. He's got 2 rituals in his hand, which he could use the Grave effect of Majesty to summon. Anyway, the main thing is, I have to find a way to deal with the destruction protection if I want my destruction effects to work, and I need to find a way to get rid of the Omni negate if I want to be able to do anything. I need to bait out this Omni negate, and I need to find a way to non-destructively get rid of Dingirsu. Okay, so thankfully for me, I do have my Toon Table of Contents. I'm going to be using this, try to sift through my deck, shorten my deck, but also power up my spells a bit more. Setting the last one using Area 0 to try to find something. Then he's going to use his True Light to set his Ultimate Fusion from deck. That's not that big of a deal. Revealing the top 3, I find exactly the card I need, which is Hamp. Hamp is going to be able to tribute over his Dingirsu or his Herald, but I'm hoping to bait out the Herald so that I can use it on Dingirsu. Okay, so now I'm going to be able to use multi-roll. Okay, this is going to make it so that he can't even negate my spells if it resolves. Okay, meaning if he does not Omni negate this with Herald, he's cooked from here on out. But he instead is going to use his Majesty to destroy this shit, and I'm actually completely okay with that. So I'm going to chain my Widow Anchor to negate his Herald. He has to negate this or just let it sit there being negated, and he prefers to have a ritual monster in his hand, so he is going to negate it. So that is me getting rid of his Herald, but in the process he destroys my Area 0. You fool, you absolute fool. So this is going to mean Area 0 is going to be able to summon my guy from deck, my Ray from deck, but he is going to be able to summon Jet from deck. Now I have 2 problems. I have 2 destruction protections.
What happened?
I might have beat the shit out of him, but he also a little bit beat the shit out of himself. It's like Kendrick versus Drake, you know? Kendrick didn't do it alone. Drake also buried himself.
Yeah, Drake was doing some corny shit.
This is why this guy needs to go watch the Weatherman Blue Eyes Advanced Guide if he wants to know how to play the deck properly.
Wait, no, we said, I see you going through Miss Look, I'm one of the goats at Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Come on, don't play with me.
Online. If I can get rid of one, there's still another one there that I have to get rid of without destroying. Thankfully, I do have my Rose to chain to the summon of my Ray. Okay, first of all, I'm going to go into Hamp, getting rid of one of them. Then I'm going to use Kagari to add back my Widow Anchor. Now, technically, when I summoned Ray, I could have linked it off into a Shizuku, let's say, then used my Engage, then gone into Kagari to add back Engage so that Engage could search under the Widow Anchor, and then I would also get a bonus draw out of it. However, it is going to be irrelevant in this particular situation. Point is, I got a Widow Anchor in my hand, and that's important. I'm going to link off into my Zeke. Zeke is going to get rid of that final destruction protection, and then I'm going to be able to use Engage, searching for my afterburners now that my destruction effects work right now, and that's going to give me another Engage. I'm apparently just that good at the game. I'm going to use afterburners destroying my own monster and his True Light, so that his True Light isn't going to be able to revive any any more blue eyes. Then I'm going to be able to use my other engage, searching for my link cage and getting a bonus draw out of it as well. And wouldn't you know it, I draw jamming waves just enough to get rid of that other back row. There it is, and I attack in. That's going to do 15 damage. Okay, then I'm going to use link.
What happened?
I said that's just how good I am, bro.
Bro, that's just sick. Like,
Easy money. Turning Zeke into a Hayate. Know what they do, bro. Just kill them. You're just trying to go aggro. This is the aggroist deck. This deck, people look at it like it's some type of control deck, man. No, this is just an OTK deck.
Dude, this deck that does what it wants whenever it needs to. It's good though. It's good. I can't cap. It's good. No, for real. Like it reminds me. Not necessarily reminds me, but like it gives me the vibe of the what's that deck? The one that keeps flipping over cards face down.
The Subterrors.
Yeah, it kind of like no, you ain't listen. I make the rules.
This is my duel. I'm the captain now. They can attack directly, but he is going to use Majesty of the White Dragons in Grey to ritual summon Legendary Swordsman. Now let me tell you guys, Legendary Swordsman isn't the one you want to go for. You want to go for Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon because it cannot be targeted and it cannot be destroyed. If I didn't go into Hayate, if I went into Shizuku for example, I wouldn't be able to use Widow Anchor to steal it. And I'm going to be able to use Widow Anchor right now just to steal it. Not playing BLS, bro.
You know, that's kind of him putting BLS in that deck was kind of strange. Every time I play, I've never seen BLS, but I mean, maybe trying to be different.
Yeah. He probably should play the Shino Bird.
Yeah. Shino Bird be fucking. Yo, I ain't gonna get on that shit.
I don't need to attack with it. If he summoned Chaos, I would still attack directly with BB, not gonna lie.
Shino Bird fucking cooks everybody.
Might as well steal it so I can attack.
Shino Bird cooks fucking everybody, bro.
For game with his own monster. GG, buddy. G fucking G.
Hey, why they gotta hate on me? I got me 250,000 views and they still saying they low key. They ain't wanna come work with the kid, but I'm flexing with Zay on beats. How they ask for a spot at the gym, but they leave all the way.
Alright, look, now here's the test. We gotta run a match. We gotta run a match to see. We gotta run a match.
Okay. Okay, what's the event? What's going on?
Well, with Skystriker.
Okay, you want to play a game with Skystriker?
Yeah, like, but okay, only should. Well, I don't have all the cards.
Okay, you probably have most of them.
Yeah, let me see. Hold on.
There's actually kind of a good chance you have everything. Not gonna lie, man.
Yeah, I know I got let me see.
Because I'm pretty sure you went through that link gauge box.
Yeah, well, actually, let me see. Hold on. Let me see what I'm really working with. Let's see.
I'm sorry if you guys can hear my clicking. I'm editing.
Nah, they motherfuckers still hear my clicking. Let's see. Yeah, I got most of the cards. Let me see.
What don't you have?
I don't have mobilize, engage.
You don't have engage? You got 2 engage.
Okay, I don't have. I don't have vector blast.
You don't need vector. I don't even play vector blast.
I think I got everything. Okay. Let me do this real quick, just to get a basis started. Skystriker.
Whoa! That's subterranean. You're really toxic like that, huh?
No, I didn't play it. I had it, but I didn't play it.
Okay. That's okay. I'm not judging you, guys. I'm not judging you.
Okay. I'm missing tune table of content.
Yeah. If you don't have Tune Table of Contents, you can play the Spellbook package. Do you have that?
Is that spellbook magic?
They got
let's see.
The monster that searches the search spell, and the search spell that searches the draw spell.
Wait, I got spellbook of secrets.
What are the SRs you have for spellbooks? You got 1 secrets. Do you have the monster SR?
A spellbook?
Yeah. Not that one. I think it's level 2. It's blue.
Oh yeah, I do. I got spellbook magician of prophecy.
Yeah. So you play 1 of him, 1 of secrets, and 1 of knowledge.
1 knowledge. And how many of secrets?
1.
Okay, I got 1 copy of prophecy. How many? I got 3 prophecies. How many prophecies?
1.
1, and then one knowledge.
Yeah. The idea is this: if you have the monster, you summon it and search the search spell, and then use the search spell to search the draw spell, and use the draw spell to tribute the monster to draw 2 cards. And then it goes the same way the other way around too. If you have the search spells, you search the monster searches the draw spell, and the draw spell draws 2 cards.
And then I got 1 spellbook of secrets.
Yeah, you only need 1 of that. That's the search spell I'm talking about.
All right, but I don't.
You also
okay,
only need 1 ray.
One ray. Okay, but also only have 2 copies of Skystriker, mobilize, engage.
Do you have the other artwork of engage? Maybe.
Nope.
Okay.
I only have 2 copies.
All right. I guess you're just gonna have to run it with 2 for now.
All right. Does this look good?
Yeah. Okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's gonna get the job done. That's what I'll say.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, matter of fact, here's what I do. I'm gonna get online and just coach me a little bit.
All right. I'll coach you a little bit.
All right.
But maybe just 1 game, because
one game. Let's see. All right. Wait. Oh no! Don't piss me off. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, never mind. I'm good to go. All right. Let's see.
Okay. I am going to be a bit delayed in coaching since I'm watching from your stream.
Yeah, I'll definitely just play a little slow. I'm going first.
Okay. You're going against Sheena Burns, probably.
Alright.
Okay. Taking a look at that hand. Okay, so first things first, set your Widow Anchor face down.
Both of them?
Just one.
Okay. And then
use the field spell to send it to the grave.
This is sick. Alright, which one? Afterburner or linkage?
I linkage, I suppose.
And then what?
Not gonna lie, bro. This isn't the greatest hand of all time. That's okay. Activate multi-roll.
Do I activate it? Right? Like, I'll activate. Wait, hold on.
Like,
am I tripping?
To the field, and then
Wait.
activate its effect.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. All right. What am I sending to the graveyard?
The area 0. Bro, linkage? I didn't tell you to activate linkage, bro.
Bro.
I told you to activate multi-roll.
Yeah. Oh.
Sorry.
No.
We're
Okay.
done with. I think we lost.
No. We're good. We're good. No, we're good. All right. Which one?
All right. Okay, we're gonna be okay. Use linkage to send area 0 and multi-roll to send linkage. And play out Hayate. That's the green one.
Okay, I bet. Then activate the area 0.
Yes. It's gonna play out Ray from the deck.
Okay. Oh, it says Rose.
Rose is asking to activate. Don't say yes.
Okay. Okay, there you go. So don't activate Rose at all?
Nah. We can do it on the follow-up play if we live that long.
Alright, then do I need to activate the spell multi-roll?
No. You don't need to do that anymore. Link off Hayate and Ray into the link 2.
The
skystriker link 2.
Okay.
Yeah, Z. I think you're gonna run out of time, to be honest.
Nah. Look. Oh shit! Jesus Christ! Okay. Hold on. Look. Oh,
use
fuck,
the
okay.
skill discarding Widow Anchor. That's all. Don't have
Bro,
to
I'm
do
cooked.
that.
Bro, I'm so cooked. I'm so. I'm wrong.
You're cooked. GG.
No, okay.
It's crazy, dude.
Okay.
You discarded 2 cards. You didn't have, bro. This game was winnable. I just want to let you know that you could have won.
Bro, I don't know what I'm doing. That's the issue. Okay. All right, next stream we gonna figure.
Okay. All right, next stream I'll teach you, but it has to be against an NPC, not on rank.
Okay, all right, we'll do it that way. We'll do that shit that way.
And
all right, man.
Perhaps ice cream. Perhaps ice
cream. Yeah.
And okay. All right. I'm gonna go do some dark magician editing. I will see you later, bro. Have a good one.
All right, man. You too, bro.
Good hanging out.
All right, man. You too. All right, man. I'm about to end this shit.